Hey everyone, today's video is about when Bakugou hits you for being useless. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. Bakugou sat across from you, his face twisted in a deep frown. He shifted uneasily under his intense gaze, unsure of what to say or to do. What's the matter? You asked tentatively, hoping to ease the tension that seemed to permeate the room. You know what's the matter, he growled, his voice low and dangerous. You messed up on that last mission, and it almost cost us everything. You're lucky we even made it out alive. You felt a sinking feeling in your stomach as his words hit you like a physical blow. You knew you had made a mistake, but you never imagined it would lead to this. Bakugo had always been tough on you, but this was different. I'm sorry, you said quietly, trying to keep your voice steady. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Bakugo snorted. You think an apology's enough? You're so damn weak. If you can't handle the pressure, then get out of here. We don't need dead weight dragging us down. You felt a flash of anger at his words, which made you glare at him. But you knew better than to argue with him. He was too stubborn, too set in his ways to listen to reasons. Instead, he stood up and turned to leave, hoping to put some distance between you and the hero. But before you could take a step, Bakugo's hand shot out and grabbed your arm, yanking your back towards him. You stumbled and fell against the table, wincing as pain shot through your shoulder. What the hell, Bakugo? You cried out, struggling to free yourself from his grip. You think you can just walk away from me? He snarled, his face inches from yours. You're not going anywhere until I'm done with you. And with that, he raised his hand and struck you across the face, the force of the blow sending you reeling backwards. You stumbled and fell to the ground, clutching your cheek in shock and pain. Bakugo loomed over you, his expression cold and unyielding. You're lucky I don't kick you out of here for good. Now get up and get back to work. You have a lot to make up for. You staggered to your feet, feeling the weight of his words and the pain of his blow. But despite it all, you knew that you couldn't let him break you. You squared your shoulders and met his gaze head on, determined to prove him wrong. You may think I'm weak, you said, your voice shaking with anger and frustration. But I'm not going anywhere. I'll prove to you that I'm strong enough to be here. And I'll earn your respect, whether you like it or not. And I'll even get better than you. You'll see. Bakugo glared at you for a long time, as if trying to break your resolve. And then, to your surprise, a small smirk crossed his lips. Good, he said, nodding once in approval. It's about time we gray our spine. And with that, he turned and walked away, leaving you to pick yourself up and nurse your wounds. As he did, you couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions. On one hand, you were proud of yourself for standing up to him. But on the other hand, you couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal and hurt from his actions. You went about your work for the rest of the day, trying to put the incident behind you and focus on improving. As the day wore on, you noticed that Bakugo seemed to be avoiding you. He would purposefully turn away or walk in the opposite direction whenever you crossed paths. It was as if he was ashamed of what he had done. At the end of the day, as you were getting ready to leave, Bakugo suddenly appeared in front of you, looking sheepish. Hey, he said, his voice low. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about earlier. He tensed up, unsure of what to expect from him, but as he continued, you could see a genuine remorse in his expression. I shouldn't have hit you, he said, his gaze flickering to the ground. I know that was so wrong, and I'm sorry. I was just so frustrated and angry, and I took it out on you, which was not fair. He looked up at him, taken aback by his sudden change of heart. Bakugo had never been one to apologize, let alone admit when he was wrong. I appreciate that, he said cautiously. But why the sudden change of heart? Why now? He looked up at you, his eyes intense. Because I realized what I had done. It was wrong. You're not weak, and you don't deserve to be treated like that. You're part of this team, and I need to start treating you like that. He nodded slowly, still unsure of how to react. Bakugo's apology was unexpected, but it also felt genuine. I'm sorry, but I can't forgive you. You watched Bakugo turn and walk away, unsure of what to do next. While his apology was a step in the right direction, you couldn't simply forgive and forget the way he had treated you. As you headed home, you couldn't help but think about the incident and how it had left you feeling. Bakugo had always been difficult to work with, but this was a new low. Over the next few days, you tried to keep your distance from Bakugo as much as possible. Whenever you had to work together, you kept your interactions strictly professional and avoided any unnecessary small talk. One evening, after a particularly long day of training, you found Bakugo sitting alone. I wanted to talk to you about what happened last week. Bakugo tensed up, bracing himself for your response. I know I messed up, and I'm sorry. I want to make it right. He looked up at him, taking in his words. I accept your apology, but what you did was unacceptable. You can't just hit people whenever you feel like it, no matter how frustrated you are. Bakugo nodded, his gaze downcast. I know, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it up to you. I appreciate the offer, but I need time. I need time to process what happened and decide how to move forward. I understand. Just know that I'm truly sorry, and I appreciate that you forgive me, but we don't have to talk right away. I know. I'll do whatever it takes to make things right. He then gave you a kiss on the forehead and went his way. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye!